These 7 iconic weapons in Destiny 2 are returning with the Into the Light event. We have found confirmation from so many different sources that these weapons are returning, so I'm bringing you a compilation of all these weapons in one singular video. The first weapon we have to mention is that the Midnight Coup, one of the most iconic hand cannons in the early years of Destiny 2, is returning with the Into the Light event. We got confirmation of this from the Into the Light developer livestream number 1, when one of the devs was using it and they actually showed it in their inventory. If you don't remember this weapon, or if you didn't play it in the early years of Destiny 2, this is a kinetic 140 RPM adaptive frame hand cannon. I have a feeling that PvP players are going to go crazy for this, but that will depend on the perk pool that's available for it. I'll be bringing you a god roll guide as soon as we get that information, and personally I think it's really cool to see such an iconic weapon return. We haven't actually seen this weapon since season 1, and we're now in season 23. A lot of time has passed, but the Midnight Coup is back, and there's 6 other weapons. Let's go ahead and jump into those now. The next weapon we have to talk about is the Blast Furnace is returning with the Into the Light event. An infamous pulse rifle from the Black Armory. It's an aggressive frame 450 RPM kinetic pulse rifle, and this thing hit like an absolute dump truck back when it came into the game, and certainly this thing is going to do some serious damage in PvP when it comes back, because the perk pool options for this were absolutely crazy. All of the Black Armory weapons were actually pretty nuts, so truly any of them returning is going to shake up the sandbox quite a bit. The last time that we saw this weapon was actually in season 5 of Destiny 2, and we do have 100% confirmation that this is coming back because it's in Into the Light promotional art. Now let's move on to the next weapon that we know is confirmed coming back to Destiny 2. The Luna's Howl hand cannon, like we mentioned in a previous video, is coming back, and I'm not going to go through too many exhaustive details this time because we did cover this previously, but it's going to be a 140 RPM precision frame solar weapon that we haven't seen in Destiny 2 since season 4, and we got confirmation that this is actually coming back because it was actually in the TWID article from Bungie, which is pretty exciting, but it's actually not the only pinnacle weapon returning with the Into the Light event. We will also be receiving the Recluse SMG, return to glory hopefully with some excellent perks. We still don't know what will come on this weapon, but considering how ridiculously overpowered it was back in the day, Bungie certainly has to know that they need to put some good perks on it in order to bring it back into the game. Imagine like double damage perks like Surrounded and One for All on it. That would be insane. The Recluse, if you actually didn't get to use it in its prime, was a season 6 weapon. It's a Void 900 RPM lightweight SMG, and we have confirmation that it's returning to the game because of a leak in Today in Destiny's Eververse calendar. But that's not the only leaked weapon that we know is returning with the Into the Light event. We also know that the Hammerhead machine gun is returning due to a leak. This is a Void 450 RPM machine gun that arrived in Destiny 2 in season 5. It was extremely lethal and just such a smooth weapon to shoot. Still to this day, when I think of my favorite machine gun of all time in terms of legendary machine guns, this is the one that I think of. Certain weapons in Destiny 2 just have that kind of special feel to them, and the Hammerhead machine gun was one of them, and it will be returning with the Into the Light event, so look forward to that if you got to use it way back in season 5. Next up, we have confirmation that the Falling Guillotine sword is returning with the Into the Light event. This is a vortex frame void sword that basically everyone in the game had to use for about the entirety of a season. We last saw it used in season 11, and this weapon is so iconic. Almost anyone you ask in Destiny 2 will know exactly what you're talking about. This weapon could just absolutely run through champions and was a beast and such an iconic weapon in Destiny 2 for a while. We have confirmation that's returning because of the Into the Light event promotional art, so look forward to the return of the Falling Guillotine. And last but not least, we have the return of the Hung Jury SR4 Scout Rifle. This is a kinetic 180 RPM scout rifle that left the game only recently with season 20, and now it's making its return again. We saw this in the Into the Light developer livestream number 1, and to be perfectly honest, I like the Hung Jury in Destiny 2. I just really think about the nostalgia of how powerful it was back in the D1 days. It's never quite captured that same nostalgia and power in my mind in Destiny 2. Maybe this time around Bungie can finally do that, but only time will tell. Let me know which of these 7 weapons you're most excited for to return to Destiny 2. Comment down below which one. Make sure to subscribe and follow to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button, save this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.